apparently you compliment Ashi's ass one too many times. Like what? I just mentioned it once or twice, and now I'm labeled as by curious. And someone was even mentioning, TVC, in your last episode review, you didn't talk about Ashi's butt. Nope, I noticed it while she was naked, but I just didn't make mention of it because you guys are just teasing me relentlessly because of it. I am I not allowed to appreciate a woman's body and still be straight? No, you are the racist one here. You are the sexist. I am not by anything. I am straight and I appreciate a woman's booty. Is that so wrong? I think I've even complimented Annie. I think I've even complimented Krista's booty in my Shigenki no Koijin reviews. So yeah, you're the wrong one. God damn, to think we live in a day and age where a perfectly straight girl cannot appreciate a girl's ass. I have been preaching about Ashi's booty since day one, since episode 1 or 2. All these other reviewers started noticing by maybe 4, 5, or 6, but no, I've been with Ashi's butt since the beginning. You cannot separate us. This is 2017, god damn it. I should be allowed to look and appreciate a girl's butt. Now, before I continue talking about this and actually come off as weird, cut to my intro. Before I start talking about this episode, I gotta make mention to a virus. Sorry, I can't remember your name right now. Who mentioned that the last episode was just a whole metaphor for sex, and I'm like, oh my god, they're so right. From the awkward fumbling of touching the pole, to the sword joke, to the screaming, and then after they screamed, the leeches popped, and I was wondering why they're putting so much emphasis on them popping, because it's just like a guy. I don't know if I should use the word coming or ejaculation. I'm not sure how PG I am right now. But yeah, everything in the episode, from drinking the water to sucking out the poison, everything could just be related to sex, and it's just so good. There was a reason why the episode made me uncomfortable. But back to this one. They are still kissing, and what I forgot to tell you was, I watch my episodes as Attack on Titan, then Samurai Jack. So the last episode of Attack on Titan and this one, they were also heavy hitters that by the time I finished watching the last episode where they were kissing, my head was hot. Like, it was hot. And now here they start off by kissing, and then there's a whole thing where they separate and started spitting, and I'm just like, my head was hot, my cheeks were burning, and I was like, if I was a white girl, I'd be blushing. Is this what blushing feels like? Please explain to me. But the first time I watched it, when they were spitting, I just thought they were in shock, but apparently it was because of the gunk. You can see it on Jack's mouth, and they were like, no, I was spitting because of the gunk, because of the creature, it's not because of you. And when the second time watching this, I'm still blushing and shy. My head is getting hot again. Oh god, I love watching it, but it just makes me feel a certain type of way. I'm actually rubbing my temple right now to calm the temperature of my head, because I think I can feel a vein throbbing. They're just being so cute together, and Ashi wants to take off the robe. Jack is like, no, keep it. She's like, okay, I'll find something. Jack goes out and finds running water. Ashi's wondering where she can get clothes on this ship, and I was just like, if Ashi finds clothes, that would be so, well, will I call it predictable? It'll be too coincidental for my taste. The probability of it is unlikely, but because there's no people here, so did the creature kill everyone on the ship, or was it a self-serving ship that didn't need people? And if they didn't need people, why were there clothes? But it crash land from space. It's just a wonder why there's nobody here. But anyway, Ashi finds clothes, she wears them, and she comes off as this space attendant. Somebody was actually commenting on RIP Tinkerbell Ashi, and I'm like, yeah, she actually looked like Tinkerbell with her leaves and everything. So Ashi comes and she sees Jack under the spray of water, and I'm just like, okay, did she see him naked, or is the black water thing just for us not to see him, or could she also not see him because of the water? And you see her having her little smile, And I'm like, oh, so they're not okay to show a guy's physique or maybe even Jack's butt or something, but they're okay with showing Ashi any which way. It's cool. We're used to it. Jack has an inner struggle. Jack has an internal struggle with his past. Let's even call it his past self or his middle self, because he was just this person like what 2 episodes ago that was telling him be careful, and he was like, I know. And I was like, wait, be careful about what? Be careful to fall in love, or be careful because you don't know who she is? But then we have to remember that Jack doesn't know that Ashi is Aku's daughter, but I'll get to that in a minute. Ashi prepares a cute little scene fire moment, and they all caught this creature, which is the same thing, and I think Ashi is cooking it and it's just not good, and Jack is just like, it's a little chewy. Ashi looks kind of, oh no, and he's like, oh no, but that doesn't mean it's not good. You should see what people say about this episode on Twitter. It's hilarious. Jack recounts the tales of his home to Ashi, and you can just see he's just happy. He doesn't want to remember the times before Aku in any way, and yeah, Ashi could just see that, and makes you wonder why Ashi was never uncomfortable about the topic of Aku, which, no, I just gotta say it, but I believe Ashi too didn't really believe she was actually a literal daughter of Aku. But they go to bed, they wake up, Ashi realizes Jack is gone, and I'm like, that's such a dick move. We see Scaramouche again, and at this point I'm just like, well, I'm happy to see you. Bring on the comic relief. It's better than having my head explode from all the sexual innuendos this show is throwing at me. And he's on an octopus, which makes you wonder, did he sink to the bottom of the ocean and possess the octopus or something, but he's controlling it? And it's not like he's on the thing like with that guy on the boat that he called a penis. He's actually controlling the robot limbs. He comes to this cardboard cutout of Aku that's just like basically saying go away, and Scaramouche is like, I did not come all this way to get detoured. And I'm like, good for you. He goes in and we see Aku's lair, and I always thought those were real flames or something of the sort, but it turns out that it's basically just a decorating choice, which makes you wonder, who is Aku's interior decorator? I want his number. Scaramouche is basically like, I got something good for you, and he says Jackie lost his sword, and Aku's like, are you sure? He said, yes, I'll bet my life. And I'm like, oh my god, no, Jack didn't actually lose his sword, he got it back, but they don't know. And they had this weird dance thing that made me cringe more than the entirety of the last episode. Jack has continued his journey basically alone, which makes you wonder, his sandal leaves footprints, so it would be ridiculously easy for Ashi to follow him. We come to this giant, or should I say giant robot graveyard, and it doesn't really ring any bells for me, but it did kind of trigger something in my head, but I basically just ignored it. And then Jack just says, I've been here before, and then in my head I was like, yes, you have. Oh my god, the Guardian, because people wouldn't shut up about it on Twitter, so I just knew the Guardian would come in soon or in the next episode. And this bug robot is really impractical, because you see yourself or you can't see other people. It doesn't make any sense. And we go to the Guardian, and it turns out that Aku did destroy that portal, so yeah, there are no other portals left. And the Guardian straight up whooped Jack's ass, but you see his glasses here broken, so it's obviously implied that Aku has killed him, which I feel no emotion towards that, because the Guardian really fucked up Jack. He should have just let him go to the past since then. I don't know why he was like, it's not time yet. And back then he saw Jack in the time portal thing with long hair and beard, so it must have been what Genji wanted Jack to look like back then. And now we're just here, and it's just like, well, I won't say you deserve to die, but I have no sympathy towards the fact that you did, because you could have stopped it, so boo-hoo for you. We have Ashi sneak up on Jack out of nowhere, because of course she would track him down. I mean, her and her sisters tracked him down so easily the first time, and this time he actually left tracks. Makes you wonder how her sisters even found him to begin with, because he was basically a wandering nomad at that point. But nah, she finds him and she's just like, why? Jack's like, go home, Ashi. And I'm like, you do know she doesn't have any home to go to, right? It's not like she left her, what, what do you even call it, White House, Fort Picket fence house, whatever you Americans call it. It's not like she left that to come and kill you. She has nowhere to go. She literally killed her own mother, and you killed her own sister. So you are basically all she had, so you can't tell her to go back. She has nothing to go back to. But Jack basically explains that he's met good people, been around good people that have all just died and become a memory, and he doesn't want her to become a memory. And I just thought, oh my god, that is fucking sweet. Because technically, yeah, everyone Jack has come into contact with has died, but you can't argue it's because of old age. But it's a very valid reason, and you'd expect Jack to say something like, I love you, I don't want you to become a memory. But no, he's just saying that you are also a good person, and I don't want you, because of being around me, you become just a memory to me. And then people are just like, Ashi and Jack, Joshy. I don't really like that Joshy thing. I don't know why when it comes to shipping people, I'm always on the opposite end and come up with the worst ship name ever. Because it's either Joshy or a Shaq. Oh, and I just gotta make mention of this person who made a tweet that, remember when Jack said there's no girl in his life, that there's been no one, and then she was like, then who is this? Yeah, Jack, I got receipts. And that was just hilarious. And I remembered when I watched that episode, I was also rooting for that girl. Jack should go back to the past and meet her all grown up. But now that you think about it, with the way Aku took over things, she might have been dead. Hehe. Oh god, but back to this. Ashi basically says, haven't you seen all our life choices have led up to this? We're going to defeat Aku. And there are moments in this season that Genji just ham-fist motivational stuff at us in moments that just don't belong there. But whatever, I still can't fault the guy. Then Aku basically just shows up with Scaramouche, and they're all just teasing him like, you lost the one thing that could destroy us. Oh yeah, Aku gave Scaramouche his form back, like instantly with the beam of his eye, and I wonder why. And then Jack just instantly just whips out his sword. Aku just looks at Scaramouche, and Scaramouche is trying to explain himself, but his head just explodes. And a part of me was also happy at that, and I'm like, okay, well, at least we're rid of that idiot. Thank you. Let's get back to the story. Jack is coming over trying to attack him, and Aku is just like, okay, I'm gone. He's just gonna go back into hiding and let Jack continue to exist, because I think Aku prefers that. He just knows if he avoids the sword, he's good. But Aku at this point just pauses. He opens his midsection and Jack just jumps through, and he was like, hey, wait, time out, I'm serious. There is more me here. I smell more of me. And Jack's like, madness. When you think about it, this show has a way of doing some imagery that actually scares me. I think the child in me remembers, because Aku is just saying there's more Aku here besides, and he's moving towards Ashi without walking, and you hear that stick sound that normally I always used to find funny, but watching it right now, I'm like, oh my god, this show is actually creepier than I thought. Somebody in the last episode was making fun of me that, oh my god, TVC, really? That scared you? Yes, that scared me. I'm scared by things that are hiding in plain sight. The very idea that something that can harm you is right in front of you and you don't know about it. Oh my god, just saying it out loud is making my heart beat. Oh my god, I'm scared. Why? The whole dialogue of Aku remembering also felt ham-fisted, because it's like, but wait, I've never, oh wait, there was that one time. And I was like, oh wait, you smashed a woman one time? Because some people actually theorized Aku was gay, but when the birth of Ashi and her sisters actually denounced that fact, and the show just felt, the fans felt angry that, oh my god, they're taking away all the gay people in the show. But there you go, you guys. Aku never smashed a woman, so you can still believe him to be gay all you want. And we go into Aku's memory of the women worshipping Aku, and I think the cult is called the Daughters of Aku, which is very, very disturbing when you think about it. One of the daughters giving birth to other daughters, because this is basically incest. But Aku comes, sees the statue, and says, oh my god, a pale comparison to the original, like the replica is not good enough, and he gives them some of his essence to worship. And one of these bitches straight up drinks his essence. Are you insane, woman? And I'm sorry, but I know how biology works. That essence would go to her stomach, not her womb. So I don't know how she got pregnant, unless she was already pregnant, drank the essence, and it went to her babies. But that's, well, when you're pregnant, what you eat, your children get a bit of it. So yeah, that could work. But you don't get pregnant from drinking something. It's like if you drink tar and then you expect the person to give birth to tar babies. That's not how biology works. And I should know. Or well, I shouldn't know. I got an F in the damn thing. But for the fact that I know that, you shouldn't be allowed to get a pass for doing that. For writing that type of storyline, goddammit. This is Adult Swim, for God's sakes. At least let her have sex with the devil. I wouldn't. That would have been better. But Aku could even predict what she did. Maybe because the essence was inside Ashi, but he was saying things that were too specific. But I don't think the show has enough time for story and plot. So they basically have to spoon feed us some things or we won't understand them. But you don't have to. Most of your audiences are adult, Genji. You're no longer catering to children, so you don't need to use that children's telling story aspect. And the look on Ashi's face, the look of oh my god, as she stands next to Jack with Aku looming over them, telling them you are a true daughter of Aku, is just insane. Because yeah, at a point people were telling me it's not possible, they were just brought up together. So yeah, maybe she just thought she was a part of this cult, but she could literally see that she was also surprised at the idea of being a true daughter of Aku. Jack just jumps at him, and next we just see Ashi block him. And a part of me was like, wait, is Ashi protecting him of her own free will because she just realizes he's her dad? But no, it turns out that Aku is controlling her. He basically possessed her, I think, and she's defending him. And we know Ashi had got some skills, but even if she was skillless, I think because of the fact that Aku possessed her, she'd still be able to throw down with Jack. I would like the whole scene where Jack is attacking Aku and how he does his normal battle cry of Aku, and Aku just has the smuggest grin on his face, and that was weird, but it makes you understand that yeah, he knew what was up his sleeve. And he's just like, Ashi, you wouldn't let your daddy get hurt, will you? And he's having this whole dialogue of, you try to raise them right and they run off with your mortal enemy, what's a dad to do? And I'm like, you dickhead. It's funny, but it's not haha funny, it's oh my god, this is sad funny. And Jack is just telling Ashi, you have to control it, you have to fight it. And I'm like, yeah, Ashi, concentrate. But nope, she can't do it because he is in her, and you can see the fear, the mortal fear in Ashi's eyes. Like, there is nothing she can do to stop this. And oh my god, just Jack fighting, knowing he can take her out, but there's nothing he can do. I think some people from watching the promo thought that this figure was the High Priestess comeback, but nope, it's Aku's full demonic powers taking control of Ashi. I remember when the black was coming up and it was covering her dress, and I was like, oh my god, no, the dress is not gonna make the whole possession thing look nice. Imagine that was what was going through my head. That was what was going through my mind, what I was thinking about. But at the end, the whole her possessed with the fire sword looked really cool. And this is why I don't watch promos, people. I don't want to be spoiled. I don't even want to know. I know the Jack promos don't spoil anything, they just hype you up. So I might watch this coming one, but it's the finale, so I might not. I might just forget and Saturday will just come up. But Ashi is completely possessed, and at this point I'm like, is there any part of her? Oh my god, she's stretching. The whole part where she stabbing the sword at Jack in fast motions. Oh god, it's so, plus her training and everything, it's so hard. Jack tears off a piece of her, and I'm like, okay, maybe if Jack injures her enough, his sword will burn out the essence of Aku from her. But when it happens, when he cuts her, the essence, Aku's hold on her temporarily weakens and her face comes out and she's just screaming, Jack, kill me, you have to do it. And I'm like, well, Jack killed off most of her sisters, so in this place you should just lob off her head or half of her body, just get it over with, a quick death, because you have to imagine the pain she's also going through in this thing. But Jack just couldn't do it. She's begging him, kill me, and he's holding his sword, a sword I think I once drew because I like this black and gold pattern. He just drops it and he says, I can't. And the Ashi, possessed Ashi, just coming at him, and Aku is just like, stop. Makes you wonder why he said stop. Oh my god, Aku is such a dick in this episode. Such a funny dick, but a dick nonetheless. Remember when he was possessing Ashi and he was all like, the best part of you is me, you gotta bring out your full self to kill him. Like, he was just boasting about her being him, her having some of him, saying the best part of you is me. His eyes glowing. Oh god, this was an amazing episode. Like, Ashi's reflection in the sword as it drops, Aku just picking it up, finally victorious, finally having the weapon. But you gotta think about it. Aku, as at one point, has also held Jack's sword, but that was when they were fighting in the graveyard, and Aku can't use it against Jack. So now that Jack has dropped the sword and Ashi's possessed, Aku can still kill Jack. So it makes you wonder why he stopped. Maybe he just wanted to have that triumphant moment, because like I said, Aku is a dick, a funny, classy one, but still a dick. And then we have the whole painting-esque thing of Aku holding the sword, and it pans down to Jack on his knees and Ashi just standing there, and oh my god, we only have one episode left. And yes, normally I'd be pissed that my review took this damn long, but come on, we're on the 9th episode, we only have one more to go, we only have one episode, we only have 22 more freaking minutes of Samurai Jack, and it's over, forever, gone, never to be seen again. I'm sad, but I'm not sad because I want the episode to hurry up and get here so I can see what's happening. And I'd love if Genji just surprised us with a 1 hour special finale, which would be so good. But I don't think you can finish this thing in 30 minutes. I doubt it. But whatever happens, I trust that storytelling. If Jack does end up killing Ashi, then he should just go to the past. He should just destroy this bloody timeline, and maybe we'll see Ashi's reincarnated, whatever carnated version in the past. Because a part of me didn't want him to go back, because everything he did and has accomplished in the future wouldn't exist, and there are no more portals to the past. So, and we've had episodes that are Ashi centered, from her birth to raising her to when she was trying to find out the truth about Jack and going around and experiencing everything he experienced. Killing off Ashi would be the most brutal thing ever. This whole season is basically about Ashi. But will they kill her? Won't they? What do you think? And no, evil Utaku, whatever, I can't remember the last part of your name. You've been praying for Jack to kill Ashi, so I guess you're happy at this point. But god, please don't let Ashi die. But if she does, Jack gets to go to the past. But if she doesn't, I just want a scenario where Aku, because then Synopsis on Wikipedia just says the fate of the universe hangs in the fight with Jack's fight with Aku or whatever. So maybe if killing Aku will create this whole space-time continuum thing where the past falls into the future, or they just collide in the middle, so all the characters that in the future will be in the past, and Aku never existed, so Jack gets to live with his family, but then the future has been denounced, so the people of the future don't die, but they go to the past. But it makes you wonder why the Scotsman was brought back as a ghost, because he has an army, and Jack still hasn't met the Scotsman yet, so I'm really hoping for an hour finale special that's just a surprise. But anyway, let's see where they go, let's see what they do. I'm just so eager to know what happens. I trust Genji. Well, he did say that the last episode of Samurai Jack is gonna be a tearjerker, so I don't want to cry. I wish I was at 100k views, 100k subs, so you guys could see my face. I could do a live reaction to all these things, but we're not there yet, and we gotta make do with what we have. And I thank God for my subscribers, because 6,000 people is kind of a lot. 6,500 going on 6,600. We're gonna get the 666 people. Oh god. Anyway, thanks y'all so much for clicking to watch. Please don't forget to read my book. Oh, wait. Before I sign off. Yes, this episode review is long, but like I said, it's the finale. And I think for the finale, I'm not going to stress on how long it is. You might see a 30-minute, 1-hour video, because it's the finale of Samurai Jack. I'm gonna freaking talk. So be prepared for that. Anyway, thanks y'all so much for clicking to watch. Please don't forget to read my books on Wattpad, support me on Patreon, and follow me on Twitter. Tweet me your favorite scene from this episode. I can predict what most of y'all will be. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay awesome. This is TVC signing out.